Neale Donald Walsch, Conversations with God, Book 1. Full summary. Every video I create is a gentle invitation, a seed of awakening waiting to bloom in the soil of your awareness. If you feel called to walk this path of remembering who you truly are, subscribe now and walk beside me. Together, each click, each breath becomes part of a shared current of light that touches more souls. Before we begin, if you'd like to explore Neale Donald Walsch's Conversations with God, Book 1, in its pure, original depth, to experience the complete teachings that go beyond this summary, you can find the link in the description below. Your support allows this work to continue, to spread more messages of truth, stillness, and divine remembrance. This is not a book you simply read. It is a conversation that transforms you. It is a dialogue between a human heart filled with questions, fears, and pain, and the infinite intelligence that responds through silence, love, and truth. When Neale Donald Walsch wrote these words, he did not expect to speak to God. He was angry, lost, struggling. Yet in that darkness, something extraordinary happened. God answered. The beauty of this book is that it reminds you that you too are having a conversation with God right now. Every thought, every feeling, every whisper of intuition is a form of divine communication. This message is not about religion or doctrine. It's about remembering that your connection with the source never left you. You only stopped listening. And through this book, that voice returns, clear, tender, and unconditionally loving. Today, as the world spins in confusion and fear, Conversations with God becomes more relevant than ever. It teaches that the answers we seek will never come from outside institutions or authority figures, but from within, from that still, quiet voice that has always known the way. Let's explore together the 12 most powerful revelations from this sacred dialogue. 12 truths that will shift how you see yourself, your life, and the very nature of reality. You are always talking with God. God is not somewhere distant in the clouds. The conversation never stops. You speak to God through every thought, every question, every feeling, and God answers through intuition, synchronicities, people, music, even pain. Think about the last time life whispered to you, a coincidence, a gut feeling, a sudden idea that arrived out of nowhere. That was God speaking in the only language that exists, energy and experience. The question is not if God speaks to you, but are you listening? Practical reflection. Take 5 minutes each morning to ask silently, what is life trying to tell me today? Then stay quiet. Notice the first thought, feeling, or image that arises. Don't judge it, just observe. That's how dialogue begins, with stillness. There is no such thing as sin, only misunderstanding. In this conversation, God says something radical. You cannot do wrong in the eyes of God. What we call sin is simply the soul exploring what it is not, so that it can remember what it truly is. Every act, even the painful ones, is part of a larger unfolding of awareness. Imagine a child learning to walk. The child falls hundreds of times, yet we never call that failure. We call it learning. God views us the same way. Every fall is sacred, every mistake a lesson in love. Practical reflection. When guilt arises, whisper to yourself, I am learning what love is. Feel the compassion that floods your body. This is how guilt transforms into growth. Fear is the greatest illusion. God says all human actions are motivated by two emotions, love or fear. Everything we think, say, or do stems from one of these. Fear is not evil, it is simply love for God. When we remember who we truly are, divine beings, fear dissolves naturally. Consider how many choices you've made out of fear. Fear of loss, judgment, rejection. Yet, what if you knew that nothing real could ever be lost? What if life is not testing you, but loving you into awakening? Practical reflection. Each time you face a decision, ask, am I acting from fear or from love? Then breathe deeply and choose the one that expands you. Love always expands, fear contracts. You are not your body nor your mind. you are the observer. In this divine conversation, God explains that who you think you are is only a small fragment of the truth. You are not your name, your past, your emotions, or even your thoughts. You are the consciousness witnessing them. Think of the sky. Storms may come and go, thoughts, feelings, pain, but the sky remains untouched. You are that sky. When you stop identifying with the storm, peace returns naturally. Practical reflection. Throughout the day, pause and silently repeat, I am the witness. Watch your thoughts as clouds drifting by. Don't resist them. This simple awareness frees you from suffering and brings you back to your true self, pure presence. The purpose of life is not to reach heaven, but to create it here. God tells Neale, heaven is not a place you go to, it's a state you create. We have been taught to live as if life is a test, but God says life is a canvas. Every choice you make, every act of kindness or judgment paints the world you experience. The goal isn't to earn heaven later, it's to remember it now. Imagine if you treated each moment as sacred, washing dishes, walking to work, or hugging someone you love. Heaven would cease being a concept and become a reality breathing through you. Practical reflection. Each morning say, today I create heaven. Then live as if love is the only law. Notice how even ordinary things begin to shimmer with quiet divinity. What you resist persists. When you fight what you don't want, you feed it with energy. God explains that resistance is like staring at a shadow. It grows larger the more you look at it. The key is acceptance. Only by allowing things to be as they are can they begin to change. Think of a time you obsessed over a fear or problem. The more you resisted it, the stronger it felt. But when you finally accepted, okay, this is what's happening, something softened. That surrender was not weakness, it was wisdom. Practical reflection. The next time you feel emotional pain, don't rush to fix it. Whisper, I allow this too. Breathe deeply. Feel it fully. Watch how the energy begins to shift on its own. The universe mirrors your beliefs. God reveals that life doesn't happen to you, it happens through you. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner convictions. If you believe life is difficult, it becomes difficult. If you believe it is loving, it responds with grace. Look at the patterns in your life. The same types of people, events, or conflicts repeat until you change the belief that created them. Life is your mirror, patiently showing you what still needs healing. Practical reflection. Write down 3 repeating challenges in your life. For each, ask, what belief might be creating this? Then replace it with a loving truth. For example, I am never supported becomes life always supports me. Repeat it daily and watch the reflection transform. There are no victims, only creators. One of the boldest statements in conversations with God is, you are the creator of your own experience. This doesn't mean you consciously choose every event. It means your soul participates in everything for its evolution. Life doesn't punish. It mirrors what you need to awaken. When you accept that you are a creator, not a victim, you reclaim your power. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And begin asking, what is this teaching me? That question turns pain into purpose. Practical reflection. Choose one painful event from your past. Instead of seeing it as an injustice, ask, what did my soul come to learn here? The moment you find meaning, the wound begins to heal. Relationships are mirrors for self-recognition. God explains that we attract people not to complete us, but to reveal us. Every person you meet is a reflection of a part of yourself, some bright, some shattered. When someone triggers you, it's not punishment. It's a mirror showing what still asks for love within you. Imagine your most challenging relationship as a teacher in disguise. Behind the conflict lies an invitation to love yourself enough that no external behavior can shake your peace. Practical reflection. The next time someone frustrates you, pause and ask, what is this person mirroring in me? The answer is never about them. It's about your own unhealed story. The highest form of prayer is gratitude. Prayer, God says, is not a desperate request but a declaration of truth. The moment you give thanks for something as if it already exists, you align with creation itself. Gratitude is the frequency of God. Think of gratitude as spiritual magnetism. When you say, "Thank you for my healing, thank you for my abundance," even before it appears, the universe rearranges itself to match that vibration. Practical reflection. Each night before sleep, list 5 things you're grateful for, even the small ones. Whisper them slowly. Gratitude turns ordinary nights into sacred moments. Your purpose is to remember who you truly are. God says, you are not a human being trying to have a spiritual experience. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. The ultimate purpose of life is not achievement, success, or even happiness. It is remembrance. Every challenge, every joy, every loss is a mirror reflecting you back to your true essence, divine love, eternal and unchanging. We spend years searching for meaning outside of ourselves, in relationships, careers, possessions. But God gently reminds us that what we seek is already within. You are not separate from the divine. You are an expression of it. When you truly remember this, everything in life becomes sacred, even your struggles. Practical reflection. Sit quietly for 5 minutes, close your eyes and repeat, "I am not my name. I am not my story. I am." Feel that stillness behind your identity. That is the real you, the one that never began and will never end. Life is not about becoming, it's about being. In the final pages, God whispers, "You are already everything you seek to become." Humanity is obsessed with striving, becoming better, richer, wiser, more spiritual. But awakening is not about adding more, it's about releasing what was never true. You don't need to chase light, you are the light. Think of an ocean wave. It never worries about reaching the sea. It is the sea temporarily taking form. You too are the infinite expressing itself as a momentary form called you. To awaken is simply to stop pretending to be small. Practical reflection. The next time you meditate, don't try to get somewhere. Instead, let go of all effort. Rest in being. Notice that peace is not something you achieve, it's what remains when striving ends. Conclusion. So what does this conversation truly mean for you? It means that your life right now is the sacred dialogue you've been waiting for. Every question you ask is God seeking to know itself through you. Every experience, pleasant or painful, is an answer. You are not a listener of divine wisdom, you are its voice. You are the hand through which the universe writes, the breath through which eternity exhales, the heart through which creation feels. You are not apart from God, you are how God expresses love into form. That's the revelation Neale Donald Walsch discovered, and the one that's waiting for you too. Take a deep breath. Let these words move through you like gentle light. You do not need to earn grace, you already are it. You do not need to beg for love, you were born from it. And you do not need to fear life because it is happening for you, not to you. Today, begin your own conversation with God. Write a question in your journal, not with desperation, but with openness. Then listen, not with your ears, but with your heart. The answers may come through silence, through intuition, through an unexpected smile, but they will come because they always have. Each video I share is a spark meant to awaken remembrance. If these words touched something inside you, I invite you to continue walking this path with me. Subscribe now, and let's bring more light into this world together. Your one click helps this message reach more souls who are still searching for their way back home. If you feel called to explore deeper, follow the link in the description to get your copy of Conversations with God, Book 1, by Neale Donald Walsch. Every purchase made through that link supports this channel and allows us to continue creating timeless teachings of peace, stillness, and awakening. Take a breath, feel your heart. You have never been alone. The conversation continues, always has, always will. Thank you for watching, for listening, and for remembering. If this message resonated, please like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more. Until next time, keep listening, because God is still speaking through you.